There are villains in anime, and then there are characters whose presence alone changes everything. Not because they're loud or flashy, but because the moment they appear on screen, the entire story feels heavier, more significant. It's an aura of pure dread, a feeling that the rules have just been rewritten. Let's start with a classic, Light Yagami from Death Note. Here's a perfect example of how intelligence can become absolutely terrifying. At first, he's just a brilliant high school student, bored with the world but carrying a strong sense of justice. But the second that Notebook falls into his hands, we witness the real-time collapse of his morality. Light's aura is a chilling mix of arrogance and genius. He genuinely believes he's the only one capable of fixing the world, that he deserves to be its god. Every calm explanation, every polite smile is just a mask for his spiraling obsession with control. You're not just watching a villain rise, you're watching a savior become a monster, and that's what makes his presence so unnerving. Then you have characters who are less about mind games and more about overwhelming force. Take Madara Uchiha from Naruto. Madara doesn't just walk into a battle. He arrives like a natural disaster. Entire armies, thousands of skilled shinobi stand against him, and he barely even acknowledges their existence. It's not just about his strength, it's about his absolute certainty. Madara is convinced the world is broken and that only his overwhelming power can forge a true, lasting peace. That unwavering confidence is what makes even the strongest heroes feel hopelessly small in his shadow. He's not just an opponent, he's an inevitability. Moving to a more modern example of pure menace, we have Ryomen Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. Sukuna is different. There are no grand speeches about saving the world, no complex justifications for his actions. There is only dominance. He doesn't fight to prove a point or to achieve a goal. He fights because destruction and suffering are amusing to him. His aura comes from this casual cruelty, the calm, almost bored smile he wears while effortlessly dismantling his opponents, the way he treats life and death as a trivial game that is an aura born from the absolute certainty of his own superiority. He doesn't need to posture, his very existence is a threat. And speaking of threats you don't see coming, let's talk about Sasuke Aizen from Bleach. Aizen is the embodiment of quiet, calculated terror. For a huge portion of the story, he's the kind, gentle captain everyone looks up to. By the time you realize he's the main villain, you're already caught in his web. His power isn't just physical strength, it's psychological manipulation on a god-tier level. Aizen makes resistance feel utterly pointless, as if every move you make was already part of his grand design. His aura is one of intellectual supremacy, the feeling that destiny itself has already chosen him as the winner. But not all auras are built on fear or power. Some are built on something far more dangerous, charisma. And no one demonstrates this better than Griffith from Berserk. He is the brilliant, beautiful leader who inspires unwavering loyalty, deep admiration, and profound devotion. People don't just follow him, they believe in him, they love him. His aura is that of a messiah, a destined king. And that's what makes his betrayal so devastating. When he sacrifices everything and everyone for his own dream, it isn't just an act of villainy. It's the shattering of hope itself. Griffith proves that a broken heart can be a far more cruel weapon than any sword. What if a villain had no supernatural powers at all? That brings us to Johann Liebert from Monster. Johann is terrifying because he shows us that you do and need magic or immense strength to be a monster. All you need are words. All you need is a deep, chilling understanding of human weakness. His aura comes from a profound emptiness, a complete detachment from emotion. He is so calm, so rational, so eerily polite that chaos and despair simply follow him wherever he goes. He doesn't create storms. He is the quiet at the center of them, whispering just the right thing to make the world tear itself apart. Then there are the villains we can't quite label as pure evil, the ones who make us question everything. Euron Yeager from Attack on Titan is the ultimate example. His story starts with a desperate cry for freedom, but that obsession slowly morphs into a destructive, world-ending crusade. Euron's aura isn't that of a simple villain. It's one of profound tragedy mixed with terrifying resolve. He becomes the monster the world fears, choosing to carry the weight of unimaginable sins so that his friends could live freely. You feel his pain, his isolation, and his horrifying determination. It's an aura that forces you to ask, what would I do? Of course, some villains are just fun in their malevolence. Hisaka from Hunter x Hunter thrives on chaos. His aura is pure, joyful unpredictability. He's playful one moment and deadly the next. You never, ever know what he's going to do, who he's going to fight, or who he'll kill just for the thrill of it. He's not driven by a grand plan or a tragic backstory. He's driven by whim and the pursuit of a good fight. That makes every single one of his appearances tense and exciting. And we can't forget the classics. Frieza from Dragon Ball Z is evil refined to perfection. He's polite, well-spoken, and utterly ruthless. He destroys entire planets with the same casual indifference someone might swat a fly. His aura is one of entitled tyranny. He was born into power and believes the universe is his to play with. Frieza reminds us that some villains don't need a complex motive. Some are just, for lack of a better word, evil. There's a unique case like Mirum from Hunter x Hunter. He starts as the ultimate biological weapon, a tyrant born to rule. His aura is initially one of absolute, unquestionable power. But as the story progresses, his aura evolves. Through his interactions with a simple human girl, he begins to learn about compassion, art, and the value of a name. His journey makes his villainy so much more complex. When a villain starts to grapple with humanity, it makes their presence and their eventual fate unforgettable. These characters stick with us long after we've finished their stories. They are more than just obstacles, they are forces of nature that redefine the worlds they inhabit. Their auras are a testament to incredible writing, reminding us that the most memorable villains are the ones who make us feel something, whether it's fear, awe, or even a little bit of understanding. Let us start with a presence that feels as ancient as it is heavy, Kakashibo from Demon Slayer. When he appears, you feel the weight of centuries. There's no loud boasting, no theatrical monologue, just a silent, suffocating tragedy. Every single one of his movements, from drawing his blade to the way he stands, reflects a man who lost his entire identity chasing an unattainable ideal of perfection. He wanted to surpass his brother to become the ultimate swordsman, and in that pursuit, he became a monster, but not just in form. He's a monument to regret. His aura is the quiet hum of a life spent in the shadow of another, a chilling reminder that sometimes the greatest battles are the ones we fight against ourselves and lose. It's this profound sense of loss that makes him so compelling. Now, let's shift from silent regret to calculated genius with Lelouch v. Britannia from Code Geass. Lelouch wields his intelligence like a finely honed weapon. He's not a physical powerhouse. His strength lies in his mind. Every single move he makes on the grand chessboard of war is meticulously planned. Every sacrifice, no matter how painful, is intentional. His aura comes from the immense burden of leadership and a revolutionary strategy. He is the ultimate anti-hero, a villain willing to paint himself as the most hated man in history just to create a better world. That's a level of conviction that demands respect. His presence isn't about raw power, it's about the chilling calm of a master strategist who is always 10 steps ahead, carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. He makes you question what you would sacrifice for your ideals, and that's a powerful feeling. Then there's Akaza, also from Demon Slayer, a villain whose aura is pure, relentless intensity. He fights with a twisted sense of honor, born from an obsession with strength. But what fuels this obsession? Deep, unrelenting loss and pain. Every battle he engages in feels deeply personal, not just a fight for survival, but a desperate, endless quest to become stronger, perhaps to protect something he's already lost. His aura is a whirlwind of ferocious martial arts and a tragic backstory that you can feel in every punch he throws. He's not just a mindless demon. He's a man forever chained to his past, and that endless hunger for power rooted in sorrow is what makes his presence so electrifying and so heartbreaking. From personal pain, we move to ideological pain with a character who truly redefines what a villain can be. Pain from Naruto. Pain doesn't seek chaos for the sake of it. He seeks balance, but through the brutal lens of shared suffering. He believes that the only way for humanity to understand peace is to first understand true, unfiltered pain. His words shake not only the heroes of the story, but the audience as well, because they are laced with a terrifying amount of truth mixed with cruelty. Pain's aura doesn't come from simple rage or a lust for destruction. It comes from a deeply philosophical and unshakable ideology. When he speaks, you listen because you feel the genuine belief behind his horrifying methods. He forces you to confront uncomfortable questions about the cycle of hatred and the nature of peace. Speaking of uncomfortable truths, we have to talk about Itachi Uchiha. His aura is one of the most complex in all of anime. It is pure tragedy disguised as cold, calculated betrayal. For years, he was presented as the ultimate villain, the man who destroyed his own family without a second thought. But beneath that monstrous facade was a man carrying an ocean of guilt. He chose to be hated, to be seen as a monster, all to protect his younger brother and his village. That quiet, profound sacrifice is what makes him absolutely unforgettable. His presence is heavy with unspoken words and unseen tears. It's the aura of a man who walked through hell alone, all for the sake of love. That quiet strength, that willingness to bear the world's hatred in silence, is the source of his legendary status. Now, let's look at a villain who doesn't challenge a hero's strength, but their very definition of being a hero, Stain, the hero killer from My Hero Academia. Stain's physical abilities are impressive, but they pale in comparison to the power of his conviction. He doesn't want to destroy society, he wants to purge it of what he calls fake heroes, those who seek fame and fortune instead of embodying true justice and self-sacrifice. His aura comes from this unwavering, terrifyingly clear ideology. He forces everyone, from the characters in the show to us watching at home, to question what justice really means and what a hero should truly be. He's a villain whose ideas are so potent they actually inspire others and change the world, even after he's been defeated. From ideology, we turn to despair with Obito Uchiha. Obito is the embodiment of broken hope that has festered into all-consuming rage. He was once idealistic, a young ninja who wanted to become Hokage and protect his friends, much like Naruto. But the brutal reality of the world and a profound personal loss shattered that idealism completely. His aura is that of pure despair masked as a twisted purpose. He wants to create a world of dreams where no one has to suffer loss, but he's willing to destroy reality to achieve it. You feel the ghost of the good man he once was, and it's that contrast, that reflection of hope turned to ash, that makes his villainy so resonant and so tragic. He's a dark mirror showing what can happen when even the purest hearts are broken beyond repair. But aura isn't always loud and destructive. Sometimes it's terrifyingly quiet. Enter Makima from Chainsaw Man. She is the master of control without overt force. There are no grand speeches or displays of power. Just a calm, almost gentle voice and an empty, unnerving smile that hides a mind capable of absolute domination. She doesn't demand obedience from those around her. She simply assumes it. Her presence is a psychological trap. You feel her control seeping into every corner of the story, a quiet, omnipresent force that bends everyone to her will without them even realizing it. Her aura is the chilling certainty of a predator that knows it is at the top of the food chain. It's a masterclass in subtle, psychological horror. And finally, let us talk about the villain who proves that a powerful intellect can rival any superpower. Makishima Shogo from Psycho-Pass. In a world where a system can judge your criminal potential, Makishima is an anomaly, a ghost in the machine. He doesn't fight with fists, he fights with ideas. He masterfully dissects society, morality, and the very nature of control, making you deeply uncomfortable because his arguments almost make sense. He exposes the flaws in a seemingly perfect system and forces you to think. His aura is that of a charismatic philosopher who happens to be a ruthless killer. He challenges not the hero's body, but their mind and soul, and in doing so, he challenges the audience as well. So, this is why we, as anime fans, are so drawn to these villains. It's not because they're evil, it's because on some level, they feel real. Their presence lingers long after they're gone. Their ideology challenges our own beliefs. Their impact remains long after the final fight has ended. True, unforgettable aura doesn't come from power alone. It comes from belief, from conviction, from a story that resonates deep within us. These are the villains who become legends. Who do you think has the most powerful aura in anime? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.